was intended to be comedic, informative in nature. There may be some cuss words, because that's how humans in the real world talk. With that said, the opinions expressed on this show do not serve in any way to demean or dismiss the right to the beliefs our audience or anyone on our panel may have. Now,
We're gonna retry that, folks. Hi, how you doing? We're here live.
Hello.
It's a live show.
Hi.
I know what the problem is. Bear with me for just a second.
Okay. We're gonna put on hold until
Oh, fuck.
it's a good thing we're not a professional show. Our sponsors would drop.
You're looking live.
Right.
Brent Musburger.
The dude is still alive.
Yeah, it's gonna take a reboot. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're killing me. That's all right. We'll go with no music tonight. That's fine, Elliot.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right, here we are. Sports Nerds on a special time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And the reason for the early start is we expect to go over an hour tonight because of what has been what we call free agency frenzy.
Free agent frenzy.
Yes.
Hello, Anthony.
Hey, Anthony. Free
Hey, Anthony.
agent
What's up,
frenzy.
Ant?
So, I mean, guys, can you remember at any time in the past how crazy? I mean, there being such a crazy week of free agents going on.
Never.
Big
Never.
names, big teams. I mean,
Never.
running back. I mean, there was a run on running backs that were just swapping back and forth between teams. I mean, it's just been insane. The quarterbacks. I mean, all that stuff. I can't remember a more chaotic and more. I mean, social media was going crazy. My phone was blowing up on Monday and Tuesday. I mean, like all the stuff going on, and I just couldn't keep up. And I was trying to keep up from work. I had my phone. I didn't have a laptop or anything like that. Just my phone. And I mean, X is blowing up. Facebook's blowing up. I mean, my notifications are going off the chain. Holy cow! This has been nuts.
Dude, since free agency was implemented, when it became a real thing,
In the early 90s or late 80s, yeah, early 90s, yes.
I never seen
Early
one like
mid-nineties.
this.
Never.
Never.
Never been anything like it.
Nope. Nope.
And of course, the Cowboys pulled out.
Well, again, I mean, the Cowboys didn't make any moves. They didn't
No,
do
I
anything.
mean, let me describe how the Cowboys.
Which is
pulled out
why, okay, we're all gonna get a chance to speak on
Our
whatever.
team.
All right, but Ken, where are them Cowboys? Coslow,
Hey,
you're gonna start with Dallas because they did the least of everybody.
Let me describe this. Do you remember the scene in Animal House where Kevin Bacon is trying to keep calm and everything?
Nothing to
during the-
see
during
here.
the
It's all
parade?
good. Nothing to see here.
All is calm. All is well.
Right.
That's the Cowboys.
But
They
they're
just-
all
and He
in.
gets completely all in what? All in the toilet.
Well, you know,
That's serious.
as Stephen A. as
All incompetent.
yeah,
Right now, I see them going about 3-14 this year, and that's being
I mean,
optimistic. They have done absolutely nothing.
the only. I mean, they Eric Kendricks, Jordan Lewis, Trent Sieg, all three signed by the Cowboys. Those weren't free agents; they were just re-signed.
Yeah,
You know it's bad when Skip Bayless puts all in my ass.
Right. Well, and he took a lot of flack for that. He took a lot of flack for that on social media. Like good comma.
Thank God for a
placement on
comma.
that. Yep. Yes.
all in on everyone but Tony Pollard. Yeah,
Who's your running back now, Ken?
thank you. Who knows?
I put up a meme. Didn't you see it? He was
Yeah,
he was in training camp.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Who's Vaughn? Little number
Who's
5.
Vaughn?
Yeah.
Right now, he's it.
He is it.
I have no
Little
idea.
guy out of
Dude,
Kansas, little guy out of
Derrick
Kansas
Henry
State, right?
said they never even called him.
No, they can't afford Derrick Henry. You saw what their
See?
salary cap
Once
is.
again, Dak is
They can't
fucking you
afford
guys.
him. They
Right,
can't
once
afford
again-
anybody.
Once again, Dak is fucking you guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
On and off the field.
what are you doing with him? Nobody wants him.
Oh my
But
God.
don't forget, Kendricks decided to renege on going to the 49ers to go to
Right.
Dallas.
Yeah.
For what? His old ass.
He wanted
We
to be back
got
in
younger.
Florida.
We got fucking. Dude, did you see how we freaking filled in for Greenlaw? Because Greenlaw's going to be
Yeah.
out for a minute.
Yeah.
Devondre Campbell?
Campbell.
Are you freaking kidding me? Dude, our defense was stacked already.
Good luck getting your job back, Greenlaw.
Oh my God. Well, that's just gonna be another one in there that's gonna have a field day. But anyway, Dallas did what? They signed their long snapper.
Sign the long snapper, yeah. Thank God. When we got
Trent-
hit.
Trent
This
Sieg.
guy- I
Trent
watched Rich
Sieg.
Eisen. I watched Rich Eisen all week long from the Roku channel. He has a 3-hour show from noon to 3 every day during the week. And one of his co-hosts is a diehard Cowboys fan. Diehard Cowboys fan. Okay. And
Maybe fewer and
Rich
fewer
has
of those.
just been giving him shit all week long. And they only come back. The guy comes and says, "Hey, don't put smack on my long snapper. He's important. It's special team. We need him. He's a great guy. Don't talk bad about him." So
Who? Trent Sieg?
Huh?
Trent Sieg?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
long snapper. Yeah.
The long snapper?
Yeah. You know, and
Wow.
And you guys got another cornerback named Jordan Lewis.
Yeah.
Who's that?
who?
Jordan Lewis.
Yeah, who?
He's a cornerback. I mean, he was on the team.
Oh, that's right. He's
Years
Mr. and
ago.
Mrs. Lewis's kid.
Yeah.
At least I know he's that. But anyway, and then Eric Kendricks.
Linebacker.
Kendrick's gonna. You know what? Kendrick's gonna. I mean,
Kendrick is taking.
he must
Leighton
have a man
Vander
crush
Esch's
on
place.
Mike Zimmer.
Yeah.
But he's gonna rue the day that he turned the 49ers down.
We
Absolutely.
shall see.
He's gonna rue the day
Yeah, and again, the Cowboys released Michael
when you're
Gallup.
bounced in the first round, if they get to the first round.
We're not gonna make the playoffs. Playoffs?
Well,
Are you kidding me?
Again, the most recent,
Playoffs?
I mean, Brett posted in the chat. The most recent news is they released Michael Gallup.
Yeah.
Well, that was a cap move.
Was it a cat
Yeah,
move?
another cat move.
That's a cap move. They got to
Wow.
clear up that money. They got to
Yeah.
pay. They're gonna have to pay
Everybody go
back
after him,
$60 million.
$60 million cap hit next year for
Here's-
Dak Prescott.
Here's the funniest thing I've seen yet. The Jets signed Tyron Smith
Yeah.
for 1 year and $60 million.
Huh?
A guy who has been injured he's missed half the last 3 seasons with injuries, and they're signing him to $60 million.
Are you kidding me?
60 million. Hope he doesn't.
That's
go
how
out in the field.
desperate. That's how desperate. they are.
No. 1 year deal worth up to $20 million. Not
That's what I thought. I thought I
20
seen.
million.
million.
I saw 60 million.
Yeah,
No, it's 20 mil. That's what I
20.
thought I saw the other day. 20 mil. Yeah,
Well,
it,
Ian
here it
Rappaport
is right
was
here.
on Star
1
Deal
year deal
money,
worth
too.
up to $20 million. That's
Yeah.
Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero.
Yeah, and
Will he
again,
last more than 4 plays?
but the problem
Maybe.
is,
You'll see.
yeah, and
Well,
but
Vander Esch needed to.
Vander
is
Esch
that
will
Brett?
retire.
Is that Brett?
that's Brett. Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Vander Esch will retire.
Yeah,
He's-
Vander Esch was bound to retire
Yeah,
anyway.
he's going to retire.
His neck's all messed up.
That's right.
So
so, I mean,
Yeah.
speaking of retirement, Aaron Donald is gone. He's done.
goodbye.
Yeah.
10
I
years.
mean,
That's all he played. He's only 33.
There's more to that
Quarterbacks-
story than
Rejoice.
we're
'Cause
seeing.
Aaron Donald is no longer in the NFL.
There has got to be more to that story than being let on because
Well, he was
32 years
considering retiring last year.
I
too.
know,
Well,
but
he
why?
quit retiring
I mean, he's
after
at the
the
peak of his career.
Maybe he's got other things going on. You
He
don't.
was considering.
Maybe.
You know what?
retirement after the Super Bowl.
Sometimes people get mentally fatigued over the game,
That's true. I can't deny
and they
that.
just say, you know what?
Well,
It's
how
time for
much
me to
longer
go.
do you think he's going to enjoy getting double and triple teamed on the offensive line? For God's sake,
Triple, try quadruple, and quintuple.
that's true too.
I seen pictures
And he's
with
still-
5 guys
He's
blocking
still
his ass.
beating them.
And he's still beating them.
Uh-huh. He's a beast, dude.
And Clarky just said that the guy from New York has to play 90% of snaps to earn that 20 million.
90-some
Yeah,
percent.
Tyron.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
I'm
90% of the
only
plays.
getting Facebook user on all of these. I'm not.
Yeah,
seeing
I know
people
because these
do
guys
it.
haven't linked their. I mean, they've lost their link to the account.
Oh,
Hang on a
okay.
second.
Well, send them the
No.
freaking link.
I'm going to send the link. Hang on a second.
Jeez.
Yeah, he hadn't played 90% of snaps in 6
So-
or 7 years.
He had
Guys,
played
reconnect your
in his
Facebook.
career.
Connect your
Here-
Facebook
here's-
account to Restream with that link, please,
Yeah, there
so that
you
we
go.
can see your beautiful names.
Let's look at the flip side of Dallas.
Okay.
Okay. Did you see what Philadelphia did this free agency?
Yep.
They
Philadelphia.
got Kenny Pickett. I don't know why, but you know he was the cast off
Well-
from Pittsburgh. Okay.
Pittsburgh has 4 quarterbacks, and none of them named Kenny Pickett.
Right. Saquon Barkley.
Yep, got Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley. They picked up
Sorry about
Devontae
that,
Parker
TG.
for a year. Albert O, the tight end.
Yep.
They got Landon Dickerson, offensive guard, or out. Yeah,
4 years, $84 million.
4 years, 84. They got Matt Hennessy. On the edge, they got Brandon Graham and Bryce Huff.
Yep.
Graham re-signing for another
$51
year.
million for Bryce Huff.
Mm.
3
But
years.
Fletcher Cox retired.
They got C.J. Gardner Johnson back.
Yep.
Not that that's going to matter because we torch his ass anyway.
Yeah, his
Right.
their secondary is well.
So, and in the linebacker core, they got Zach Bond, Julian Aquara, which he's pretty good, that guy, Aquara,
Devin White.
and Devin White. Dude, Philadelphia might keep it close
No.
with us for a change. They ain't gonna win, but they're
No,
gonna keep it
Clarky. I
close.
don't know why it's not working.
Nope, not yet.
So, I mean, did you see the meme or the tweet by Dak's brother
Oh yeah.
No.
praising the Philadelphia Eagles organization as being the best front office in football,
And ripping the Cowboys left and right.
ripping the
Well, I mean-
Cowboys left
And
and
Stephen
right.
A. Smith is going after him.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously, if you look at it, who had a better free agency than the Eagles? I mean, maybe the Bucks, but the Eagles have cleaned up, man.
Yeah.
and you know what? I think the 49ers didn't do too bad either. Okay. Because I'll tell you what,
Is that a biased opinion,
The
Elliot?
one thing we didn't need was offense. Okay, I think our offense is good. We re-signed Feliciano.
Right.
Okay, the center. But we went after defense. We got Conley back, Chris Conley.
Yep.
Okay, we got Colton McKivitz, offensive tackle, and John Feliciano, who's the center.
Right.
But we went where our strength is.
I
Always
mean,
needs
look at
to
all the
be.
defensive players.
The
Leonard Floyd.
defense: Leonard Floyd,
Yep.
Yader Gross-Matos,
Yes.
Malik Collins from in a trade with the Texans,
With the
Yes.
Texans.
Jordan Elliott, defensive lineman Kevin Givens.
Yeah.
Isn't Elliott from Cleveland?
I think so. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
One of
He's
these
played
guys
for
we
them-
got from
He played
Cleveland.
for them before. I know that. Yeah.
Kevin Givens, defensive lineman. Then the linebackers, Devondre Campbell. That's my favorite one because that dude tore it up with Green Bay. Okay. And with Greenlaw questionable as to when he'll return and at what effectiveness. Demetrius
Clark,
Flanagan
I don't think it's
Foles,
working for some reason. That link's not working. I don't know why. But anyway, go ahead.
Isaac Yiadom. That dude is, I think he's the biggest cornerback in the league.
If not the biggest, close to it.
Yeah. And then they signed safety re-signed George Odom to a deal
Thank
worth
you.
$10 million for 2 years.
That was Wayne's sister. Sorry.
No,
Look,
thank
we
you.
addressed what
Kankita.
we always like to address
You
first, and
continue.
that's that defense.
Wish I'd had it last night, but
That defense is going to be sick.
Yes, it is, Ken. I mean, Elliot. I mean, they majority went defense in free agency. I mean, they loaded up on edge rushers, defensive tackles, linebackers. I mean, they went nuts
I mean, they only
on the
made
defensive side of the ball.
4 offensive moves.
They re-signed Jawan.
Yep.
They Cal Juszczyk for
Oh, yeah, that's
low
right. That's right.
pay cut.
They signed. They did contract adjustments with Kittle and
Mhm.
Javon
And Warner.
Hargrave. So
Yeah,
now
they-
they're at. I think their cap is at 25 or 26.
Yeah, they're well below the
I think it
cap.
was 36
Restructured,
mil.
Fred Warner.
Yeah. So, look, if there's one thing that these guys know how to do in San Francisco, and that's put together a.
I mean, John Lynch is one of the best GMs in the business.
He is the
He is.
best. He,
Yes.
Right now, he's best. It's not even close.
Yeah. So I mean, and you know what? I got all the feels for John Lynch being
Of course.
with the Buccaneers. So
You might get some argument from Philly fans about Howie Roseman. Okay.
You know what? Holly Roseman did a good job too.
He
Elliot.
did.
Good
I
job.
understand
John
that. I'm not. You know what? I'm not down in it.
Right.
I'm all for it because you know what? Although it's nice, it's not always great to beat the shit out of teams. Get better so we have a little bit more competition. You seen what we did to the Eagles this year?
Well, yeah, and that's what Lynch is doing. He's trying to build up the weaknesses of that team, which is on the defensive side, because they got burned a couple. They got burned by Kansas City. They really did.
And a lot of fans were crying because we let Arik Armstead go.
Who cares?
But that dude's contract. First of all, he's old.
Yeah.
Mhm.
His contract demands would have been ridiculous, which
Right.
they were. He went to Jacksonville, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. They paid him an ungodly amount of money. Let's see, what was it?
Where is it? Hang on a second. Jacksonville, where are you?
They're in the north.
Eric, on a 3-year deal with a max value of $51 million.
Well, there you go. That's 17 mil a year.
Yeah.
We don't need that. That's why guys like Kittle restructure. We saved 10 million with Kittle.
Yep.
I think we saved another 8 million with Hargrave. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
not only did we stack our team, but we realigned everything to make it affordable.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To be able to make these moves and then some. Because
And they
I
still
don't think
sign
they're-
quality players to boot on that.
I don't think they're done yet. You know who they're interviewing this week?
Who?
Rayshawn Jenkins,
Who's he with?
Jacksonville, number 2. That dude's a stud.
Okay.
And also, you already mentioned Greenlaw. If he comes back and is effective, and don't
And
forget,
he's not going to have to worry to be as effective as he needs to be.
right.
He just needs to build himself back up.
And don't forget about Hufanga coming back next year from the ACL.
Yeah, Hufanga's coming back. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I feel
And
good.
I mean,
since we're still talking about San Francisco, don't forget that they hired KJ Wright as an assistant
Oh, yes.
coach.
AJ Wright, who said he'd never be caught dead in San Francisco or with that organization. He did that. He said that
Yeah,
one time.
I remember
He
him
said,
saying it.
I would never.
Famous last words.
That city is terrible, and I would never be a part of that organization. Blah blah blah. And
The old
guess
Yeah,
what?
adage- the old
assistant
adage,
linebacker
guys.
coach. And
The old
defensive
adage
quality
is-
control.
right. The old adage is never say never.
Never
Yep.
say never, baby.
I love the
Um,
move that the 49ers did, restructuring.
Well, and then they hired from within with their defensive coordinator.
Yep.
And
And
got
who's the
Brandon
defensive
Staley, who I believe as a defensive coordinator will do well.
as a defensive coordinator, don't let him be a
Assistant.
head coach nowhere.
Right.
no how.
He's actually going to be an assistant defensive coordinator
Mm.
/ assistant head coach.
Plus,
Just
you got
make sure he doesn't make any
11-40.
decisions regarding going forward.
Oh, no,
on
no, no,
fourth
no,
down.
no, 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 no,
Right.
no, no, no.
We don't need Brandon
They
Staley
ain't
to
gonna
whether
let him-
we're not going to
Careful,
go
man.
for it on fourth down or
They're
not.
not going to let him anywhere near the decision-making process,
You want to hire Pete Carroll
especially when
for
it
that.
comes to offense. Okay,
Yep.
we don't need that guy.
4th and 8. Brandon
All right,
said go for it.
Scott,
Let's-
what did
let's-
your
let's-
Browns do,
Let's
baby?
do some Brown stuff, shall we? First of all, I have come full circle, gentlemen, as I mentioned in chat earlier this week.
Oh, before you go,
Yeah.
all right, congratulations. Cleveland Brown Stadium is getting SummerSlam this year.
Yes, I saw that.
Mm.
Nice.
They're going to the dog pound.
Yes. First of all, I have come full circle. Baker Mayfield got paid by Tampa with his new contract.
And Jameis Winston.
I believe a 3 or 4 year deal, whatever it was.
3 years, 100 million.
Yes. And not to throw salt in the wound, but now the Browns have signed Jameis Winston, who, as we all know, was the much aligned quarterback of the Buccaneers for a few years.
Oh, by the way, you guys signed Tyler Huntley today.
Yes, I saw that. That's not bad. Well, you know.
So now you got four quarterbacks.
We got 4 quarterbacks, and
I
it's all
think
about
if you
competition.
if you put them all together, you might have 3/4 of one.
I think so, yes. Of course, the big name we got was Jerry Jeudy, and a trade with the Broncos for 5th and 6th round picks. Jerry Jeudy idolized Amari Cooper from Alabama because Jerry Jeudy went to Alabama as well.
Mhm.
And so we got 2 Alabama stars on either side of the line.
Look, your skill players, your skill positions are pretty tight.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see now Mark Schlereth, who they call Stink affectionately,
Oh, yeah.
came out and said that Jerry Jeudy was a bust. He doesn't block. He doesn't take care of the running game. If he's not getting the pass, that he's going to run a half-ass route. You know, it is what it is. But I think, I mean, there was a post on Twitter that I saw where Jeudy actually went to bed with his Browns jersey on the other night. So I don't know what that means, but
it means he's all in. He's all in. He's happy to be out of Denver. First of all,
I'd be happy to get to Denver too. Holy shit! Are you kidding me?
But you seen Denver picked up a throwing machine?
Quick question: If Jerry Jeudy is all in, shouldn't he be playing for the Cowboys?
It's a different all in.
Oh, my bad.
His definition of all in is much different than that of the Cowboys.
Ouch.
Now, I believe that Jerry Jones is all in on losing.
Jerry Jones doesn't know what he's all in on.
No, somebody said it the other day. You know what he said about being all in, I think that just basically says that he's not all in to win a Super Bowl. He's all in with what he's got. Because remember the comment he made.
Well, that's what Rich Eisen said. He's all in.
Remember
with what
the comment he made afterwards. He said, "We got as far as they could take us."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't sound to me like somebody that isn't making moves and expects people to believe that they're all in on something.
Sounds to me,
And also, let me just say
he's all in on tanking.
Yeah, let me just say this. There has also been rumblings across the league that Jerry Jones no longer cares about a championship. All he wants to do is make sure the Cowboys are relevant.
And at the bottom line of the Cowboy,
They're the most valuable
organization,
franchise in the nation. They're the most,
And no,
He doesn't want to be knocked off.
franchise in the world.
In the world.
Yes.
Well, you can tell
World.
he's not in.
But that's
on
all
anything.
marketing. I mean, it's all jerseys and stuff.
But anyway, getting back to Cleveland, you guys took a page out of our book by not focusing on offense too much, except
We
for
went defense.
Troutman.
Shelby Harris.
You
Martin
guys
Firth,
went defense. Zadarius
Devin Bush,
Smith.
Jordan Hicks. Yes. Zadarius Smith was re-signed. He's another edge rusher to go along with Myles Garrett.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys basically, like I said, it's like a carbon copy of what we did.
Yeah,
You went
well,
after
we also
four
lost some
offensive-
key players. We also lost some key players, but that's okay. I have faith in the
A lot of
DNs.
those were probably contract casualties anyway.
They are probably, yes, but I have a lot of faith in our GM and Kevin Stefanski. Not to mention the fact that we hired what's his face from Tennessee.
Vrabel?
Vrabel.
Oh, Vrabel.
Vrabel.
Yeah.
Mike
the
Vrabel was
consultant,
the consultant.
Yep.
So that's another mind in
Right.
that room where they're bringing up game plans and what stuff. Mike Vrabel is a great coach. I'm happy to have him on the staff. I mean, he's not going to be a coordinator, but he's going to be a consultant, which means he will have input and he'll be able to, like, a bridge between Stefanski and the press and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Vrabel brings to the franchise. The problem I have is the AFC North is going to be once again a juggernaut. It really
Yes, it
is.
will.
Dude.
I mean, it's going to be all hands on deck. It'll be the best
You
team.
got Joe Burrow, you got
Joe Burrow,
Lamar Jackson,
Lamar Jackson,
and
Russell Wilson,
then Deshaun Watson.
and then Deshaun Watson.
Because right now I think Russell Wilson is better than Deshaun Watson.
I think so too.
Okay.
Well,
And-
Deshaun
Watson hasn't
hasn't
proven
played
to me
in
that
forever either.
he can stay healthy. That's my problem.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing is that if Russell does what Russell did with Denver this year, putting up with all that bullshit
I
from
mean,
Sean
he had a
Payton,
better year this year than he had last
okay,
year. And they still let him go.
26-8. 26-8, okay? And you know that he's going into Pittsburgh somewhat humbled. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to follow Mike Tomlin's lead. If he followed the lead of some guy that couldn't stand him and he probably felt the same way,
Right.
what do you think he's going to do with Mike Tomlin? And then
You know
he's
what?
got weapons,
Yes, he does.
and he's going to be able to mentor
Well, you know what? And I've heard
Justin
I've heard-
Fields.
I've also read and heard across the NFL that there isn't a player in the NFL that would not want to play under Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is one of the most
No.
popular coaches in the NFL. He's also probably one of the top 5 coaches in the NFL. Despite the fact he's only got
Well.
one title under his belt, he's never had a losing season, guys. He's never had a losing season.
But you see that could be a double-edged sword, especially now after all these years of futility from
Yeah.
playoffs and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's saying, you know, you can say, well, is that all we're about? Is just making sure we finish for over 500 every season?
Well, no, you know the fans. want
Because I'm
another
just saying
championship.
that's basic.
Mhm.
It's kind of like with Dallas. They didn't do anything in free agency to improve themselves.
And the
You know
fans
what
are
I'm
going
saying?
crazy over it.
And the
Ken.
fans
you know
are
that.
going crazy, and it's been that way for a while.
Yes,
Yes.
because
You know?
Jerry hasn't been relevant since 1994
And the Rooneys care about their freaking
or 95,
franchise.
whatever it is. Still,
Okay,
Yes, they
Yeah.
do.
Pittsburgh is a hard-head city,
Hard-working town.
hard-working
Mm-hmm.
town,
Blue collar.
blue collar like a muffin.
I hate Pittsburgh.
Okay,
We know you do.
well, you
I
need to
hate
get used to it because you know you as good as your team is, they could potentially finish 4th in that division.
Correct. Any one of those 4 teams can finish last in the
As
division.
a matter of fact, those 4 teams could make the playoffs.
Correct.
The whole division could make the playoffs.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right
Because
now, Brett Murphy asked, "Would y'all have done what Cincy did and get rid of Mixon and sign Zach Moss?" Joe Mixon has out the field issues. He's a walking time bomb. Zach Moss is a proven running back in the NFL. He did a great job with Indianapolis. I think
Okay.
it's a great deal for Cincy.
all right, Zach Moss is no Joe Mixon.
Mhm.
Let's get that off the board first.
Let me do a quick shout out real quick to my brother-in-law, B. Rich, on there.
Be Rich, what's up?
Go Tar Heels. But then he
Tar
said the
Heels.
East will definitely take it. I'm not really sure what he means by that.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
I
He lives in the Bronx,
don't know.
really?
Specify there, B. Rich.
He lives
will
in the
definitely
Bronx.
take
didn't
it.
he?
I think. Well, I mean, look at the running backs that signed around the league.
There was a
Mixon-
ton of them.
Yeah, there was a ton of them. Josh Jacobs went to Green Bay.
Yes.
Green Bay released Aaron Jones. He went,
And he went to Minnesota.
And then 3 minutes later, he signed with Minnesota.
Right.
Yeah.
3 minutes later.
Exactly.
Another one that
It
was
wasn't.
in
It wasn't
contact.
even a halftime. I mean, there wasn't even a commercial break.
Right.
But
And then Saquon to Philly.
Saquon to Philly is the big one, I think.
Yes.
That and Derrick Henry to Baltimore.
Derrick Henry to
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
You
You
know
heard what
Derrick
Jason Kelsey
Henry
said,
will
right?
fit
He
right
said if he'd
in
have known,
Baltimore.
if he'd have known Saquon was going to come to Philly, he wouldn't have retired.
Don't be surprised if he unretires in a couple months.
Jason Kelsey.
He's gonna get all kinds of pressure from fans, and he's already said that he would love to be a part of it. Basically, I think all he needs to do is convince his old lady,
Yep.
She wants
and
to
he's
be
back. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, come on, this is about as good a chance as he would have to win the Super Bowl with Philly.
How old is Jason Kelsey? He's in his what, mid 30s, 33,
36.
34? 33.
34, 35, something like that.
All right, and you know what? And that's Carlos Gonzalez saying, "Hey, everybody."
What's up,
Hey,
Carlos?
Carlos.
You know what? I mean, if you guys have not watched the documentary on Jason Kelsey, it shows how much he has to go through physically with rehab and treatment and everything it takes for that 36-year-old body to be able to play that game. I don't think he comes back because I don't think he wants to go through that again. It is, I mean, it has been taking a toll on his body. He's beat up. He's tired. He's going to have lifetime injuries because of his playing career. I think he wants to get out before he gets injured even worse.
Yes.
Okay.
I totally agree.
I don't see Jason coming back.
Hey, I don't care, man, because you know what? Jason Kelsey being gone is death to the tush push.
Right. Not only
Yes.
that, but he's got and he's got the podcast with his brother, so he can still stay
I'm
relevant. in
totally good with death to the push tush.
there. Correct. Me too.
Tush push.
Plus,
know
Jason
what I'm
Kelsey, in 5 years, he'll be in the Hall of Fame. And next year or whenever.
He's a first ballot.
The
he's a
brotherly
first ballot Hall
shove
of Famer.
is no more.
And not only that, somebody's going to come along, one of these, broadcasts to see if he'll be an analyst.
Oh yeah.
I mean, could you imagine him in the booth or on a pregame show? Good
He could
God.
be the next John Madden.
Somebody,
Yeah.
somebody, people been
It'd be an ESPN.
people's been suggesting that he should be like Anthony Bourdain. Remember, did you know that guy that used
Yeah,
to
the cooking.
Yeah.
the cooking guy and all that?
Yeah.
And
Just
they
do
said
it.
that
Travel
they should
on.
send him to tailgates
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
He is
around
even
the
as a
league.
player.
He should go to different tailgates
As a
parties
player, he's a legend in tailgating. Are you kidding me?
and start rating the best tailgate parties. And
That would be phenomenal. That'd be
Wouldn't it?
awesome.
it would be a
You
rating.
do that for both pro and college.
Yes.
Yeah, if he's at
College
ESPN, he
tailgates
should be
are
on
better than
College
pros.
Game Day and NFL Live.
Yes.
Right.
Man.
All right. Back to free agency. All right. So Kirk Cousins to Atlanta. Am I the only one who wasn't surprised that was going to happen?
I was a little surprised that he went to Atlanta.
I wasn't.
I mean, it wasn't like I was shocked. I was just a little surprised that he went to Atlanta.
Mhm.
But I honestly thought that
Doesn't
was
it?
gonna
But
be
that's
just
where
a
his
good
wife is.
destination.
That's where his wife is from.
Right.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And he was house hunting and school shopping. What
Why not?
6 months ago, or I mean, I'm not 6 months, but about it. But leading up to free agency, he was looking at schools and he was looking for homes as well. So
Yeah, like I said, his wife is from there.
Sonny in the house. Hi boys. Hey Sonny.
Her family's there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what better thing to do for her and his kids?
Right.
You seen how his kids were all jacked about wearing them, the bling all over the place, dirty birds, you know what I
Yep.
mean? But I believe that and the fact that going there, I mean, I know he had Justin Jefferson. Don't get me wrong. But you know who's going to be the winner of Kirk Cousins going to Atlanta?
London,
Kyle Pitts.
Pitts.
Kyle
Okay,
Pitts.
yeah.
Kyle Pitts.
Well, London is a nice.
And let me tell you why. Because throughout his entire career, Kirk Cousins has made many a tight end very popular.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, and look at who else they signed. They re-signed Kadero Hodge. They signed Darnell Mooney to a $39 million deal, and
I think-
Rondell Moore.
I think they got Ray McLeod.
Yes, they did. Ray
Mhm.
McLeod as well. Yes.
Yeah. Well, and they got Bijan.
Yes.
They
Okay.
got London at one receiver.
They got
Kyle
London at one receiver.
Pitts. Kyle
They got
Pitts.
Algiers in the backfield.
Like I said, the winner, I think the ultimate winner. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say the ultimate winner. I'm just going to say that Kyle Pitts is going to have the opportunity to resurrect his career.
Yes.
Okay?
And you know
Because
what?
look at the garbage he's been playing with.
Well, and it's
And
not.
now he's got a guy coming in that feeds off. Look what he did with Hawkinson. Look what he did with Kyle Rudolph.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look what he did in Washington when they
Yeah.
had I forget the guy's name. Who was the big tight end for Washington back in the day? Anyway, he put that guy on the map. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He loves throwing to the tight ends.
You know, and the thing of it is, with Atlanta, you look over the course of the last 2 or 3 years with the Falcons, they had a head coach that did not know how to use Bijan.
Raheem Morris,
Right.
baby.
Okay, now Raheem Morris comes in. He is a former head coach. He was once upon a time head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but he spent the last few years under the tutelage of the Los Angeles Rams. There's John. Hang on a second. There he is. What up, John?
Hey, John.
How we doing, Mr. Olson?
What's happening, John?
That's all he's got to say. He's being quiet. Okay.
I'm just here, man. Listen.
He's just here so he don't get fined.
That's
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Marshawn Lynch, my hero.
I love him. But going back to Atlanta, I mean, they've got a new head coach in play. He's been under the tutelage of what's his face in LA for the
McVay.
last 3 or 4 years.
McVay.
McVay. Okay. So he's learned. He was a defensive coordinator, and you know the Rams defense wasn't that bad. But I think Raheem Morris coming to Atlanta is a perfect fit. He knows he's going to know how to use Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts with Kirk Cousins at his quarterback. He's going to have a great start. Atlanta made up good. I mean, they sent a lot of weapons in the in the free agency, and it's it's going to be exciting to see what Atlanta does. You know, I think that
What helps Atlanta?
that division is going to come down to Atlanta and Tampa Bay to see who can win that division.
And I was just getting ready to say the thing that makes Atlanta look really, really good is that they're in the NFC South
yes,
because you got
Carolina,
who's
who's
the University of
away.
Carolina Panthers.
Don't insult the Tar Heels like that. Sorry. Don't say University.
I didn't say Tar Heels. I
Don't
said
insult my
Panthers,
college
yo.
Yeah.
Because they play. Well, I mean,
No.
even you know
North
what?
Carolina's football team
I
could
believe
beat the
that-
Carolina Panthers right now. Are you kidding me?
Exactly. I mean, what are they doing down there? Do they even have football there anymore?
I don't know.
They're gonna be on the
Anyone
Friday
who's-
Night Lights pretty soon.
I mean, God.
Carolina I don't know, man. I don't get it. But they did pick up some people. I mean, you think about it, they got Deontay Johnson from Pittsburgh
Yep.
to go with Adam Thielen.
Yeah, I know, but that's an
You know,
ego, and that's
But their problem is always going to come down to Bryce Young.
yeah,
Plain
Yeah.
and simple.
yeah. We have the opinion that Bryce Young was a mistake.
Oh, yeah. They should have taken Stroud.
Yep.
Yeah. Great
All
show.
right. Since John is here, let's
Hi,
move on.
I'm here for the party.
Let's move on. The Buffalo Bills.
Dude, my wife just came in here and she's wearing like the Buffalo Bills gear I bought when we went to the game a couple years
Wow,
ago.
Nice.
I told her to jump on camera and she's like,
She's
it's
too
not
shy
even
to do that,
football
John.
season. I'm like,
Yeah. She's too shy. You know.
yeah.
So John,
NFL, baby.
My
you
brother
have, a
just
lot of,
came
you have a
in.
lot of departures in Buffalo this year after the season. Most of them were cap casualties. You know, Jordan.
What do you
Poyer's
think of
gone.
the what do you think of the pickup of Curtis Samuel and Mac Hollins?
Curtis Samuel, I'm all for.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's
a
good.
fantasy star.
I mean, I'm much more of a Scary Terry kind of fan, but that's wide receiver one, and you're not going to get him. You know.
Yeah.
I couldn't
So-
believe the headline the other day when they said that Buffalo found their replacement for Gabe Davis and they threw Mac Hollins up on the screen.
Well, but see, I'll be brutally honest. I don't know a ton about Mac Hollins other than watching him every now and again on like Red Zone. You know, like
When he was on the Raiders, yeah.
right. Like I don't know it, and I know he played with Atlanta and stuff, but I don't know a lot about him. But that didn't move the needle for me. Curtis Samuel moves the needle a little bit. I still think they need to do something first, pretty early round in the draft.
I think they need to get a receiver in the draft. I think so.
Yeah, and Steph is getting older, man. I mean, Steph is not going to be top tier, you know, in the next couple of years, if not even, you know, people said that last year he took a decline, but whatever. I don't know, man. I'm like, look, the only, I'll tell you, the Trey White thing hurt, but I knew that was, as soon as he got hurt again, he even knew. That's why he was crying.
What about Poyer? What about Poyer losing Poyer?
Nah, whatever, man. That
Poyer to Miami of all things.
Yeah, but he always wanted to go to. That's his wife, man. Even though his wife is from Western New York, like she's like Miami, right? So I don't know, man. I mean, it hurts because Poyer and Hyde, like you're not going to find a better safety tandem for the Bills in history for the Bills. I mean, that was just amazing. But
well, he goes down there and joins Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean. But
those two are going to be able to cover up his deficiencies in that secondary.
Yeah,
Miami's going to be good on the back end.
It's fine. It's whatever.
The
biggest thing was Leonard Floyd. Losing Leonard Floyd, that hurt. He had to San Francisco. Yeah, he had a beast of a season, man. I mean, just a beast of a season, and that was a guy we signed in like June. You know,
and the first thing he said was, "I'm coming to San Francisco and giving them my best."
Oh, he did. I loved Leonard Floyd this year. Like he was like he was what we signed Von Miller for. You know, like he was just beasting. So that sucked. But we re-signed Daquan Jones. We re-signed Deion Dawkins.
Yep.
That's fantastic to me. We lost.
They did address a lot of their
Taylor Rapp and Cam Lewis are coming back.
Yeah,
Espinoza.
Oh, AJ, yeah, how can I forget? Like AJ just had a beast of a season too. So the fact that we signed him too, I'm for that.
But I know the biggest signing for you was Mitchell Trubisky.
Dude, I love it, man. I mean, like, everyone dogs on poor.
The Mitch is back.
I loved it, man. I loved it when we signed him. I hated it when he left, but I'm glad he's a backup quarterback and he's perfect for Buffalo. Don't ever want to see him play in a game unless we're up 35-0. Fourth quarter Mitch.
Well, we used to call safe games.
Yeah, the safe game. So
fourth quarter Mitch.
But see,
hey, he went out on a big note. He went out on a good note with Pittsburgh. He played well towards the stretch there after he came in for Kenny Pickett.
Yep.
Kenny Pickett, back to him. He weak sauce, man. You don't want to compete against someone. You want to go somewhere else to already know you're going to be the
not compete.
Yeah.
Because he ain't competing with Jalen Hurts.
No, that's what I'm saying. To go somewhere to just know you're going to be the number 2 instead of competing.
He might have had half a chance against Russell Wilson.
Weak, very weak.
Yeah, but the thing about Kenny Pickett is he's glad to go to Philadelphia because he grew up a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
But that's why
so he's more than happy to go to the Eagles, despite the fact he's going to be a backup. So, once Mike Tomlin announced that Russell was going to be the starter, all right, and was a leader in the clubhouse as soon as he was signed, Kenny Pickett went to the ownership and went to Tomlin and said, "Get me out of here, I'm done."
Dude, Pittsburgh got rid of Kenny Pickett faster than Aaron Jones signed with the Minnesota Vikings.
Faster than Aaron Rodgers pulled the Achilles heel.
He saw the handwriting on the wall.
That was quick because Aaron Jones signed with Minnesota 3 minutes after he got released from Green Bay.
What did I miss, man? Like, what was the lead?
Dallas not doing anything.
Dallas was the first thing for not doing anything at all.
Dallas all in.
They're not all in. They're all out. we got Ken's misery out of the way first.
Yes, Ken's misery out of the way.
Why don't you got Ken's misery out of the way? That was good.
Yeah.
Then we went on to we were talking about Philly because of everything Philly did to improve themselves.
Saquon Barkley going to Philadelphia.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's so funny.
And they have Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry's in Baltimore, and Dallas has Deuce Vaughn. Is that who they're running back in?
Dude, like, you know that it's just fans that are like loyal to their teams. Like, players don't care. Like, Saquon's like, I'll go to the Eagles. I don't care. I'm going to the Eagles. Like, it's only fans that have this like die-hard loyalty.
Oh yeah, unless you're Tiki Barber.
That's all Tiki Barber is anymore.
You're dead to me, Saquon. You're dead.
Tiki Barber took that shit personal.
This coming
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
guy
yeah.
who abandoned the Giants himself. I mean,
Well, I mean, and what the Giants do to replace Saquon, they got Devin Singletary. one of
Devin
John's
Singletary. Well, Singletary with
Well,
Dayball's the one that let Singletary play when he was in Buffalo.
Yep.
You
That
remember
You know
is
what
like
I'm saying?
time,
you
man.
remember
So
the Giants
and
replaced
Singletary's second half of that season with the Texans was balling.
Devin is a very good back. He's not an
So-
incredible back. You're not going to run your offense through him. but
He's not on the same level as Saquon, though, John.
No.
You remember?
But
you
neither
remember
is his contract.
You remember who the Giants replaced Tiki Barber with?
No.
Saquon
dude,
Barkley.
you're the-
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley, yeah.
Tiki
Oh, wow.
retired, and they drafted Saquon out right after
Yes.
Tiki retired?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Tiki is that young?
Yes.
Really?
He did the same. The only difference between what Tiki did and what Saquon Barkley did is Barkley went to the Eagles. Tiki retired.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he's complaining about, well, he's dead to me. Well, you're dead to everybody in New York.
It's all good, man. That offense is going to be pretty good in Philly, but they still got to worry about that crap ass
Well,
defense.
they still got, and you know what? They did, the Giants actually gained a quarterback. They got Drew Lock.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you say they gained a quarterback?
They gained
a
who?
I thought I heard that.
They got a Drew
They
Lock.
ain't a what?
Well, that's the other.
They brought in Drew Lock to compete with Daniel Jones. Which
They
one's
need a
better,
refund.
do you think,
They
guys?
need a refund.
Speaking of being dead to me, Tyrod Taylor is now dead to me.
Oh
He's a
no!
Jet. He's a Jet
Did
now.
he sign with the
Totally
Jets?
dead to me.
Yeah,
I was
it is.
a
Hey
I
man,
was
he
a
might be the
Tyrod
start.
fan.
He might be the starter if Aaron Rodgers goes to be vice president or try to run for vice president.
Rodgers is totally.
No,
Look at it
that's
this way.
actually no longer a valid thing. He's not going after
Oh, okay.
Tyrod will be protected by Tyron Smith. So yeah.
Is it true that Nate Hackett is the offensive coordinator in New York
Yeah.
now?
Yes.
Still is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones, Aaron Rodgers'
he's Aaron
favorite
Rodgers'
offensive
boy.
coordinator. Yes, Kent. Yes, John.
He's Aaron Rodgers' boy. But you know what? The Jets did kind of get better at the offensive side. They picked up Morgan Moses from
Yep.
the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
Uh,
Tyron Smith is signing a one-year
and-
deal as well.
and John Simpson.
John Simpson.
They also got Lecky Fotu, Javon Kinlaw, who used to play for the Niners.
Yeah,
Mhm.
1-year deal.
They got Isaiah Oliver.
And Greg the Leg Zerline is back in New
Greg
York,
the
gentlemen.
leg.
You know what? Remember what they called him when he first came in the league?
What?
Young GZ.
Mhm.
The rapper.
Young GZ.
Young
really?
Jeezy.
Young Jeezy. Yeah.
Yeah, Greg
That's
the
what
Leg
they
is
go-
back in New York.
And Thomas Moorhead, the punter's back too.
Correct.
Hey, let's not forget Patrick Queen going from Baltimore to
Oh
Pittsburgh.
yeah, Baltimore.
Oh,
not
yeah.
just
I mean,
that.
that really makes, I mean, again, like I said, the AFC North is going to be a freaking juggernaut, guys. It
Well,
really
I'm
is.
looking at what Pittsburgh did. They got Fields and Russell Wilson. I mean, they didn't do too much more of that, but Patrick Queen's big.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dante Jackson was also acquired with from the Carolina
From the
Panthers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I bet you he's happy.
Yep. Deshaun Elliott and Christian Kuntz re-signed. I mean, they didn't do a lot, but they got quality
Look,
players.
they didn't do it,
Got
but
what
they
they needed.
they filled their needs.
Yes.
Is what they did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's not about who you get away, it's filling needs. That's
Yep.
why I noticed a lot of 49er fans saying, oh, they should have did this, they should have. No, we filled needs.
Yep.
Okay, we know, as I've already said, we know Greenlaw is not going to be ready next season.
Right.
Okay, so they went out and got Devondre Campbell. All right, they've got Leonard, they got Floyd. Okay, from Buffalo.
Buffalo.
They got
Okay.
Malik, what's the name? Malik Collins from the Texans.
Yeah, and Malik Collins from the Texans. So I mean, you know, they're out there doing things. They tried to get Eric Kendricks, but he decided he wanted to be a loser and go to Dallas.
Because he was all in.
Yeah, he was all. No, he wanted to continue his losing that he did in Los Angeles with the Chargers, and go to the next most similar team, which is the Cowboys. Because what the hell are the Chargers doing? Trading Keenan Allen to the Bears?
Yeah, that
That
was
was a very big
San
surprise.
Diego.
to
I
me.
mean, it's San
I
Diego.
did not see that coming.
The Chargers. I mean,
What'd they do?
they re-signed their backup Easton Stick,
They got Gus Edwards.
Easton
Gus
Stick.
Edwards.
It's poor
Hayden
Sean
Hurst.
Merriman on Twitter, man. This
They
guy
pick up
is
Will
trying to just
Dissly, a Seattle reject.
Yeah.
defend his team, dude. I'm like,
Easton
What?
Stick is another North Dakota State quarterback.
And they got rid of Mike Williams, too. Who the hell's
Yep.
Herbert going to throw to next
Yeah.
season?
They may have Harbaugh as the coach.
And
Herbert
Eckler
as
left.
the
And
quarterback,
Eckler
but
left
they
to
got
the
gone
no-
too, yeah.
Commanders.
They got
That
no
was gone to
receiver.
Washington.
I tell you
Telling
what,
you, man.
Washington is going to be the runner-up to Philadelphia next year. It's going to be
I
Philly
think
and
so.
Washington.
I really do believe Washington.
New York and the Giants and Dallas
Yeah.
bring
Wa-
up the rear.
Well, Washington had
Washington-
$91 million in cap space
Yeah,
starting.
And they
starting
used it
season.
wisely.
Yep.
they have used it wisely.
I mean, I like the new ownership in DC.
Mhm.
And
Look,
they
you're,
got a
looking, you're
they
talking
got a new
about
head coach too, right?
Austin Eckler.
Yes.
They went and picked up Zach Ertz.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Guard Nick Algretti. They got Tyler Badaz,
Mm-hmm.
Dorrance Armstrong,
Yep.
Cleveland Farrell.
Yep.
They went out and got Dante Fowler Jr.,
Right.
Effie Obata.
Yep.
Then I think this was a big pickup.
Bobby Wagner signed a one.
Not just Bobby Wagner. I'm
Wagner.
talking about Frankie Louvu.
Okay.
That dude's a beast. Now,
Okay.
and leaving Carolina and going where he's going, he's
Yeah.
going to be a. And then they got Jeremy Chin,
Yep.
also
Right.
from Carolina.
Yep.
They signed a 1-year deal with Brandon McManus.
He's a good kicker.
Okay, so to me, I think they're
I mean,
going
I
to
think the
finish.
Reds- I
They
mean,
should finish second to Philly,
Yeah.
and the reason being is because I think they did just as much to improve their team as Philly did.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And now they're going to
Maybe
go in the
even a little
draft
bit
and they're
more.
going to grab either Drake May or Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, they're drafting a quarterback. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The
You
know what I'm
number 2
saying?
pick overall.
You're not giving up the number 2 pick.
Yeah, they're gonna get themselves a quarterback.
Yeah, they're
Jaden
gonna get a
Daniels
quarterback.
or Drake May is going to Washington.
Yes.
Probably Drake May. I'll go on the branch and say Drake
On the
May
limb and
goes to
saying that,
Washington.
Ken?
Do what?
Yeah,
I
Washington
think they're
was.
going to get Jaden Daniels.
I think Jaden Daniels a better prospect, to be honest with you. He's a
Well,
Heisman
yeah.
Trophy winner and
Yeah.
from LSU. I think he's the better prospect.
Yeah, but Heisman Trophy winners don't always pan out. Okay, there've been a lot of Heisman Trophy winners that shit the bed once they got to the
Mhm.
NFL.
Johnny Football,
Okay,
Yep.
just to mention
Andre Ware.
one.
Andre Ware.
Andre Ware.
Yes, and Brett brings up the fact that we got Minshew Mania in Vegas, guys. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Minshew Mania,
Those
but you know
mustaches,
what?
really.
You know what Vegas did that really threw me for a loop
What's
was
that?
when they got Christian Wilkins. He's going to be on the other side of Max Crosby.
Mm.
Yep.
Those two guys are animals with
Mhm.
motors that don't know anything but full throttle.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And the way
They
Christian
tend to
Wilkins
stick
likes
there
to get,
too.
I know that.
hey man, Patrick Mahomes needs to watch his junk because Christian Wilkins has a tendency of grabbing dudes' junk.
Mhm.
Ask Josh Allen.
Dude, he plays a different kind of ball. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, literally plays different kind of ball.
Cupcake.
But I mean, the Bears, they come on. They only got a 6th-round pick for Justin Fields.
Be back in a moment.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Shut those blinds.
6th-round draft pick. After all that,
Yeah, but
Pittsburgh. You know what? Pittsburgh
There you go.
got off easy.
I was going blind.
Just a 6th-round pick for Justin Fields and $1.2 million for Russell Wilson. Tell me Pittsburgh didn't make it.
Speaking of
they did,
Pittsburgh,
you know what? Chicago made some moves that really
Well,
helped.
Keenan
that team.
Allen, first of all.
Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift,
Right.
Dante Pettis,
Allen, Gerald Everett at tight end.
Gerald Everett is a tight
On the other
end.
side of Komet, that's going to be scary,
Yep.
especially if Williams comes in and does what they believe
Uh-huh.
he's going to do.
Uh-huh. I think they're really upgraded. And you know they're going to take what's his face from USC as their number one
Right.
pick. So
Well, they got Simone Biles' husband too.
yes, they did.
Poor guy. He's not even Owens. He's Simone Biles.
Simone
Correct.
Biles.
Mr. Simone Biles.
If we can go back to Russell Wilson for a minute,
Go
I
ahead.
think I mentioned this in one of our threads when we were talking. How bad do you have to hate somebody to say, you know what? What the hell? We're gonna take an $85 million cap hit to get you out of here.
I mean, the Broncos are screwed right now.
Well,
They're
that's
really-
Sean Payton, dude. But you know what? That's Sean Payton's ego at play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
without a doubt, without a doubt.
You know, because you know what? Russell did everything that he asked him to do this past season. And then what did he do? He benched him.
Well, not only that, if it was me and you go off on me like that on national TV on the sideline.
Oh, yeah, on the sideline. Yeah.
And
that
I'm
was
wearing a
great.
helmet. I'm either
It's
going to
on.
headbutt you with that helmet or I'm going to take the helmet off and hit you in the head with it.
Miles Garrett. Anybody?
Because you're not going to punk a grown man like that on TV. But I guess
Mhm.
Russ said, you know what, we'll deal with this in the locker room. But yeah, I would have had to do it right there on the
Well,
side.
Russell has more class than that.
Hey,
too.
John, you missed. I think you missed Scott's remark about. Well, the
Going
Giants
full
got
circle.
themselves a quarterback.
Jameis
Drew
Winston.
Lock.
I've come full circle with the Browns, John. Baker gets his payday in Tampa, but yet we get the Tampa retread and Jameis Winston in Cleveland. So
That's why I said in that tweet that I put up, hide your crab legs and masseuses. Because the boys are in town.
yeah, yeah,
And then they picked up Tyler Huntley.
yeah. I
Right,
mean
Snoop Huntley.
that's a fourth quarterback, and they had 4 quarterbacks in camp last year too. It's all about competition to see if
Can I have
Go
a
ahead,
little
John.
rant? Can I get a rant for a
Oh,
second?
yeah,
Can I
go
have a little
ahead.
rant?
Ran away.
So around this time last year, right? Our wide receiver one basically didn't even say anything, but people were saying that he was saying things. And then I think he put out one tweet that said, I don't even know, it was nothing. It was just like some whatever tweet.
Right.
The entire offseason was how much of a distraction and diva Stephon Diggs is. Anyone checked up on Tyreek Hill today? Anyone?
yeah.
Seen anything?
You mean with all the pregnancies and
And he took a cigar and put it out on a girl's face,
oh,
and there's no mention of that. But Stephon Diggs doesn't even say anything and might tweet something out that people take under context, and it's like the story of the offseason. He's horrible. He's a horrible human being. He's a diva. He's this, that, and third. But Tyreek Hill gets off scot-free. It's amazing to me. This is how the NFL. This is why I have such a dislike sometimes for this league. They never. They always throw the guys under the bus
Mm-hmm.
that are just doing their thing, like just whatever. They're not, but these guys that are beating women and doing all sorts of stuff, like it's just like, oh, we'll deal with that. Roger will handle that behind closed doors. Come on, man. Come on. Anyways, thanks for
I don't
listening.
think Tyreek is as great as he thinks he is. I'm just saying. So
Dude,
Tyreek's a legend in his own
He-
mind.
yeah,
he's
Everyone
talented.
think he shit things, that's for sure.
He's talented out the wazoo, but he's
not a nice guy off
on
the
another
field.
level, man.
he's not a nice guy off the field. I got you, John.
And it's just like this stuff is like rewarded. Like,
And that's just that his wife just divorced him.
well, he's got
know.
like 4 or 5 things.
He's got 3
going on.
kids.
Like,
Mm.
and I can't look. I can't pointing the fingers because
From
there's
3
3
different
pointing
women?
right back at me. But that's just weird to me.
No. I'm talking about three kids from 3 different women.
Yeah. You do your thing.
All at
baby.
the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, his off-field escapades,
good word.
180 degrees from his on-field accomplishment.
Escapade.
Right.
I like that word. That's a Scrabble word. Definitely. I like that. Yeah, he bullied his wife. Bullied his wife. Like, come on. And this just kind of like, it's just a little bit of news here and there. It doesn't even make, Meanwhile, Stephon Diggs doesn't even say anything, and people are, he's a diva. He's freaking out. It's like,
I think that's more of a product of the fact that it was drama that they were building between him and Josh Allen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly what it was.
When
They
you
were
got
trying to
that
find
kind of
something that
a
wasn't there.
See, Tyreek Hill's doing shit on his own off the field, being freaking stupid. We've seen people like that. Antonio Brown.
Look where Tyreek Hill is.
You know
He's in
what I'm saying?
Miami. That's
Yeah.
typical.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
but
typical
I think the
behavior in
thing with-
Miami. I mean,
I think this thing with Diggs is that the expectations have gotten so high, and then when they see the dissension that they thought they were seeing last season, that opens the floodgates, for speculation, and that's what the media does. They speculate on what they know. On the field matters more to them than off the field,
right?
Yeah. It's crazy.
and basically that's how that goes.
I'm so glad I'm not a sports writer anymore. Covering that.
Why? Why?
Because I would get tired of that. I mean, it's not the same. It's not the same journalism we used to have when I was
Well,
getting.
no, not even
But-
mainstream
Yeah,
journalism.
I don't want any part of all the rumor mongering and all the speculation and all that.
Right.
No,
I
thank
mean,
you.
that's for the Adam Schefters and the Ian Reports of the world, Ken.
Yeah, they're the last of it.
You know who got scary good that we haven't talked about yet?
Who's that?
The Houston Texans.
Yes, I was just looking at that actually. Not very long ago. I was.
What
I mean,
the
Joe
hell?
Mixon, Noah Brown, Dalton Schultz. I mean,
Sorry,
the
yeah.
Nico
What's
Autry.
what's crazy is
They
how
picked
much
up the
backroom
Nico-
they have.
Yeah, and they picked up the Nico Autry
Right.
from Tennessee.
Yep.
They got Daniil Hunter from Minnesota.
From Minnesota.
Dude, that defense
They
is
got draft picks.
Al
they got-
Shair.
They got one of the best new
Desmond
quarterbacks in the
King,
league.
Jeff Okuda,
Best new head coaches in the league.
Yep.
the guy
I
that
mean,
should have been coach of the
Should
year.
have been coach.
Should have
of the
been coach of the year. They will win the AFC South next year.
I refuse
Absolutely.
to comment on
Oh,
basis that might
easy.
incriminate me.
Easy. I think they'll be a top seed next year.
They
They're
should
going to be
win-
battling Jacksonville for the division next year. They're going to be battling
Man,
everybody in the AFC.
Indianapolis?
We're the top three seeds in the AFC.
I ain't even think Jacksonville is like, dude. Like Trevor Lawrence.
They're on the
we've
down-
seen
yeah,
him,
the down-
man.
Yeah,
like-
Trevor Lawrence
Yeah.
isn't. But they blamed Urban Meyer, and I get it because that was a
But they got
catastrophe.
Mac Jones. What's up with that? Come on.
No.
That was-
You see that?
Hey,
You see
you
that
see
picture of Trevor Lawrence at TPC?
You see now the picture of Mac Jones in front of the car dealership with a suit on?
Yeah.
bro, like,
Well,
So-
since we're talking about backup quarterbacks, what about Jimmy Garoppolo going to the Rams?
Yeah,
There you go.
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
four-star Jimmy.
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 Another backup quarterback. The Colts signed Joe Flacco.
Yes.
Okay, that's not bad
Nope.
because Richardson is still.
Dude,
I mean,
he was
he
balling out. That
He
first
was
game.
balling out, but
And
you
then
know
he was
what?
like-
He
yeah.
needs to fix between his ears and stop being so, daredevilish with the freaking ball.
Yeah, and Jacksonville also got Gabe
His,
Davis.
his
down this
career ain't gonna last
Yeah.
long as if
And
he
Mitch
keeps
Morse,
taking
too.
hits and keeps getting thrown down on the ground like he did last year.
year.
Yep.
I mean, he got injured in his first start, concussion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the guy plays recklessly, I believe, at times. And, I
Gabe
mean,
Davis
we'll see
from
what happens.
Jacksonville.
But at least he'll have Joe Flacco there to kind of,
Well, he's going to Joe Flacco's going to be able to coach him
Tour
up.
him.
What he's going to do?
yeah.
How many teams does this make that Joe Flacco's played for now?
Baltimore.
Pretty much.
Jets.
he hasn't
Baltimore,
played
the
for Bengals.
Jets, Cleveland,
I think it's his 14th.
4.
And then the
14?
Colts.
Okay.
So yeah, 4.
Dude, he's reaching. He's
He's reaching Brett Favre issues here. Come on.
Mm.
Hey, wait a minute. He just pulled out ahead of Kirk Cousins. What are you guys talking about? You like that? No.
So what do you think about Gabe Davis going to Jacksonville, John? I mean, I know you weren't high on that guy.
whatever, man. It's hometown, right? He's from around there, so
Yeah.
he went home, and and that's whatever. I mean, he's not. Look, Gabe is, but just like Elliott had said all last year, Gabe shows up once every 4 games and has a beast
Right.
of a game once every 4 games. You
Right.
can't have a wide receiver 2 show up once every 4 games.
Right.
You can't.
You get-
And we just and
Well,
and it's
you
not
know,
like this is the first season. We've seen Gabe now
I
for
get that.
years.
And the thing is I was speaking more from a fantasy perspective because he kind of dogged me a few times during the season.
Yeah.
But I was looking up some stats on that, and since 2020 he had 17 deep ball receptions for touchdowns. Okay. The reason that he shows up every now and then is because he's more of the deep field, and a lot of times that gets mixed up with Stephon on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he does. But also he had that was third most in the league behind Tyreek and Mike Evans, and he's had in his career 16.7 yards per catch with a minimum of 150 receptions, which is best in the NFL. Okay. He generates first downs or touchdowns on 77% of his receptions. So that means he comes up clutch.
Mm-hmm.
In 2020, he led the NFL with the 16.7 per reception. Slayton and A.J. Brown were tied for second with 15. And one of the biggest ones, I think, is in the playoffs in 2021. He has 6 touchdowns in the playoffs. Stephon Diggs has 0.
Oh yeah, Steph does not show up in the playoffs.
Exactly.
That's
So even though, like I said, to me, I thought more from a fantasy perspective, but this guy, I mean, he can take you deep, and he's known to do that. Now you put him in there with Christian Kirk and Ingram.
like Calvin Ridley's not there anymore.
No.
And Ridley's not there anymore.
No, he's in Tennessee now.
Right.
So that's so Gabe gets to be wide out too, maybe even
Right.
wide out 1, right?
Maybe Christian. I think it's 1A and 1B with him and Christian Kirk.
Yeah, and like I don't know, man.
When you threw out the wide receiver 3 thing, I was like, man, that doesn't sound like it. I mean, I had to research it. I'm like, he's got wide receiver 1 numbers, but he's always going to fall in the shadow of Stephon Diggs.
Yes,
Well,
if he
and
stays
but
in Buffalo,
here's the
yes.
other thing. If you look at the games, he'll go 2 or 3 games without a catch sometimes.
Right, and
When
that's
he gets the catches,
and he makes
a
the
bunch.
most of them. 77%, either first down or a touchdown on all his receptions.
Man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That means
No,
3
yeah,
out of
yeah,
4 of his
no.
catches.
I'm not.
are
I
first
don't.
down
I'm
or
not.
touchdown.
I don't hate Gabe Davis. I just don't think that we were going to pay him what he commanded, and we can get a rookie now that can grow with Josh.
Right.
That can do that. We have Curtis Samuel, who I'm not trying to take anything away from Steph, but Curtis Samuel kind of has some of that Stephness to it. But
he's got the potential to overtake Steph as wide receiver 1, John. He really does.
Look, it's all going to come down to what Josh Allen does on the field if these guys are going to do anything.
yeah, and another season with Dawson Knox did restructuring, but Dalton Kincaid is going to be second year. You saw what he did in the first year.
Yeah.
He beasted out.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about the offense in the Bills. The Bills' offense I'm not worried about because Joe Brady will get another year. He's the OC.
Yeah.
They actually Curtis Samuel's best year in Carolina was with Joe Brady. So this is like a win too, and it's. What
I
they
would
do in
be
the draft.
concerned with the defense, John, as you always are.
I am. I'm concerned with the defense, but it's the secondary, dude. That's like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, because
Like,
they
what
lost
are
a lot
we
of
gonna
they
do in the
lost a lot of their secondary to cap
you know
casualty.
who our starting corners are?
Who?
Dane Jackson. I don't even know if he's under contract. Tre'Davious White is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kaiir Elam has kind of been a bad draft pick.
Right.
Who else do we have on corner?
Well, somebody put out a comment that Josh is going to have to learn how to play defense.
Right.
Now,
think
this
you
being
could.
said, I think Sean McDermott is the secondary whisperer. He is. He turns late
I'm right back.
round draft picks into serviceable, really good, solid NFL starters.
But let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. when you go this far, okay,
killing me.
when you go this far and you continue to get the same results every year, and then the last 2 seasons you guys got taken out in a game on your own turf.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Twice.
At what point?
Twice.
Yeah, back to back, Cincinnati
Yeah.
and then Kansas
Cincinnati and
City.
KC. Yeah.
You know, at what point do you think that you guys might be capped out in the playoff run with Sean McDermott as your coach?
Yeah, I get that. I get the argument. But see, this is interesting. You bring that up. You have you ever experienced 17 years of absolute futility? Like, as a Bills fan, the
With the
fact
New
that
York
we're in
Yankees.
the conversation to compete every year, that to me is a win.
With the Yankees in the 80s, yeah, I was.
Yeah, but like the Bills have never won an NFL championship ever.
No, but they've been in the
17 years
Super Bowl
of
4
absolute
times.
futility. 4 years of going to the Super Bowl and losing every single damn one of them. Like, the fact that we're in the playoffs every year, we're what, 3 or 4 times now back to back AFC East champions? Dude, I'll take that every day. I don't care. Like, good enough. We're
So
good enough.
once again, I mean, if you look at Buffalo's history, Marv Levy was able to take them to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row, but he wasn't
Absolutely.
able to win the game.
Absolutely.
When you had the lead, where you had that 13-second thing where they said if they would have had a chance to get the ball,
Yeah,
and the league
hindsight's
changes the rule,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
then you turn around and get home field advantage
Twice.
2 years in a row.
Get
and you
absolutely
lose both
destroyed by
times.
Cincinnati. Yeah.
At what point does it become an issue that they still have Sean McDermott as the head coach?
But again, that's the damn
Because
kickers.
he hasn't
Those
been able.
damn kickers.
I mean, it's like the game they lost to Kansas City. I couldn't believe the play calling going on in that game.
Yeah, welcome
Especially
to my
in
life,
the end.
man. Welcome to my life.
You know, so
But the
I mean,
fact
at
that
some
we
point,
compete every year, I'll take that because.
but that now you sound like Dallas though.
No, but we have Josh. Dude, we have Josh Allen, man. And
We'll
the
compete,
fact
we'll
that
compete, but
have
we ain't gonna
Josh
win shit.
Allen, he's a unicorn, dude.
I understand
people hate
that.
on him. They can hate on him. I will take Josh Allen 10 times.
He's a
out of 10.
unicorn,
Right,
But,
John,
and
you're
you
right
know
about
what? He fits right in because you guys winning the Super Bowl is a fantasy.
Right.
He's a
As
fan.
long as
Oh,
Sean
totally.
McDermott
No,
is the
and
coach.
Totally.
To be honest, you got John, you got Josh, you got weapons on the offensive side. Your Achilles heel has always been the defense on Buffalo.
We can't stop the big plays.
You can't stop Kansas
All
City.
the
You
time.
can't stop Baltimore. You can't stop these big.
What do you mean Baltimore?
Offenses.
We own Baltimore.
Oh,
What
yeah.
are you
Dude, they only gave up 20. What? How many points did you give up to Kansas City?
Yeah,
27.
we didn't. But Kansas City didn't beat the
They
Panthers.
didn't.
We
Beat,
lost
they
because
didn't
of a
bash
kicker.
him on offense. No.
Yeah. No, the Cincinnati game, we got our butts kicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Kansas City game was just a
Oh,
missed
and
field
then
goal.
before that, they almost lost to Miami, right? To Skyler, what's his name?
Yeah, that was that year. But remember that year, the context of that year. The Bills, they got moved from, they had the shooting in Buffalo in the off season, so they're dealing with that. Then they have the snow. That then basically Damar Hamlin dies on the field,
Right.
and then they're like, okay, go pat
No,
on the
actually,
back,
he
go
did.
try play some playoff football now. Like they had to go to Detroit because there was there was snowstorm that hit. Like that season was just a disaster from the start. The fact that we even got to that Cincinnati game is a small miracle because, like
Oh
you said,
yeah, you guys were what? Well, you guys
13-3 that year. We kicked butt in the regular season, but there was something off with that entire year.
I don't want.
Gentlemen, I have a question. I
Sure.
think we're missing the big elephant in the room. And that is, will Lamar Jackson, now that they have Derrick Henry, will he throw more than 100 passes this year?
No,
No,
no, no. RPO all day, baby. Let's
RPO
go.
all day long.
all day.
When you
And
got-
that,
yeah, they put out their playbook for next season.
yeah.
Up between the tackles and quarterback sweep. That's it.
There, it's gonna be.
When
I'm
you get-
looking forward to it, and I know that pains Scott to no
Oh,
end, but
God.
I'm excited to see that.
I am not looking forward to seeing him twice a year. I'm just saying. I mean,
Hey, what's Nick Chubb's status? He coming back?
He is ahead of schedule. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you got something to look forward to with
Yeah.
that.
So I mean, Derek, with you when you got Derrick Henry in your backfield, what the hell is going on out there? You're gonna have. You mean that's gonna be your bell cow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Baltimore never really has. I mean, since Jamal Lewis was with the team, they haven't had a running game pretty much. Okay.
Right.
You add the train wreck that is Derrick Henry, the stiff arm capital of the NFL. Then you're going to use him over and over again. I think he gets more carries with Baltimore than he did with Tennessee, to be honest. So, and Derrick Henry fits right in with the Baltimore culture because he's a stick his head down and go kind of guy, and he's a bruiser. So
I like it.
he fits into the Baltimore culture. I
here's
hate
the
saying
thing.
that, but I'm being honest.
Here's the thing: what happened with Baltimore? They had the best running game in the league last year, even without Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you put another running back in there. Gus Edwards is gone. J.K. Dobbins might be coming back. Keontae Mitchell or whatever his name was, Keaton Mitchell. But here's the thing: I think their biggest problem, especially in that game, I thought was the coaching.
Yeah.
And they found a way to lose rather than finding ways to win.
They should have beat Kansas City.
They should have beat Kansas City.
They had all the
Look,
weapons. In
if you're the leading rushing team in the NFL, why in the hell did you only have 6
you
carries
abandoned the run the
in
whole
that
game.
game?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
What was it? 10 total rushes the whole game?
Yes.
6.
Yes.
6 and 4 for Jackson. Yeah.
Well, 4 for Jackson and 6 for all
And
the
6
other
for the
runners.
other 2 guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
10 altogether. Okay. I think Baltimore's biggest problem is either going to be coaching or the fact that
Well, and
I really don't think Lamar Jackson has it in him between the ears
yeah, well, none of
to
that.
get
but
to a Super Bowl.
Kansas City hadn't shown all season long they could stop the run either. So that's another thing
Yeah.
that just bothers me. They were weak against the run, but yet Baltimore went away from the running game in that game. So I
Well,
mean,
They
yeah.
gave up, and they gave up on it way too early.
Yeah.
I mean, they just quit trying.
And the
Yeah.
thing is that, the secondary for Kansas City, you're right, they weren't stopping anybody on the run. So they let Kansas City stick around, and as always, if you let Kansas City stick around, they're gonna stick it to you in the
they're
end.
going to burn you. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that happens with Kansas City. They always stick around, and then they force you to make a mistake,
Yep.
or you to go away from your game plan,
Mhm.
which is exactly what Baltimore did.
Mm-hmm.
Wide right.
Okay. And then with the Buffalo game, Buffalo should have won that game,
Mm-hmm.
but they were trying so hard to get downfield so fast in that last drive
Yeah, I remember.
that they missed some
Man.
wide open opportunities, not just to advance the ball, but to run that clock down further and further
Why are
and further.
you killing me, man? Like
If the
just
team
like-
won, if the team lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in a 13-second time frame, why are you trying to give them a minute and 45 on the clock? You know what I'm saying?
Sean
So
McDermott brilliance. I don't know.
that's what I'm saying.
Or lack thereof.
In the crunch time, I think him, and don't hate me, Wayne,
Oh, I know what you're going to say because I was going to bring it up.
Kyle Shanahan.
Same
Yeah.
one.
How much
One in the same.
time did
One
you
in the
give
same.
Kansas City in that last
I'm in that boat that says Kyle Shanahan can get you there,
But he can also cause you to lose.
but
Mm-hmm.
because after the 49ers got that interception in the second half when they were up, they went to 9 straight pass plays.
Pass plays.
When you got
3
the
and out.
best-
3
and
and
you got-
out. All
and
3
you got
times.
the best running back in the league.
And we
in your
got the best
backfield. Why are you
running,
not giving
and we
him
had
coverage?
been running it down their throat.
Yes.
So again, you change your game plan, which is the same thing that McDermott and a couple of other coaches in this league are really good at.
In the meantime, Andy Reid's going,
As a matter of fact, John Harbaugh just put himself in that category after that performance against Kansas City.
Yep.
Okay, because you ain't going to tell me, you're not going to blame it on the offense coordinator because he's not the man. He's not the head of the table,
Nope.
so to speak. Okay? That's John Harbaugh.
Yep.
And maybe he's just losing his effectiveness as a coach.
Well, just like the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan and a 10-point lead is detrimental.
Is a bad combination.
It's a bad. Kyle Shanahan and a 10-point lead.
No, it's a bad combination.
No, bad combination.
Well, not only that, but a 28 to 3-point lead too. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't the head coach.
Yeah, he wasn't head coach in Atlanta.
But at the same time, he basically went away from the shit too because he kept letting Ryan throw when they should have been running clock.
Yeah,
if you take time away, especially with a 28 to 3 lead, if you run time down, that's going to give the other team less and less opportunities to catch up.
Well, none of that.
They gave that
turnovers
game back to New England.
They turned the ball over in the fourth quarter too. They didn't. They couldn't hold on to the ball.
Again, why were they throwing?
I know. Just a quick note, guys. I did manage to watch. And I know this doesn't really don't really care, but I was able to watch the documentary on Apple Plus on the Patriots. And they're
You told me this on Friday night, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Well,
It's actually a really good. It's actually a really good documentary. It really is. Because they call it the Dynasty is what they call it, and it goes deep into everything. I mean, Aaron Hernandez issues and everything that went on in New England over those course of years.
I
So
can't do that.
it was a really good documentary.
I don't
Yeah,
like
mean,
New England.
I don't either.
That's like asking me to watch a Dallas Cowboys documentary.
Oh,
It ain't
shots
happening.
fired! Look out!
It ain't happening.
Ken's such a good sport.
I am, man. I am. I've got the diplomacy of Disraeli here.
So, yeah, Brett, Hollywood Brown signing with KC is not high on my free agent tracker. I'm telling you right now, it just isn't. I'm not a big fan of Hollywood Brown. So, but that's just
Well, let's look at Hollywood Brown. He had Lamar Jackson, right?
Mhm.
He wasn't getting no opportunities there. He went to Arizona. He had Kyler Murray, Josh Dobbs, and then Kyler Murray again. But the thing is, he was getting injured too.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I just don't see, and especially with the fact that he ain't no Tyreek Hill, first of all.
No.
Okay. And come on. You know the balls now in Kansas City are reserved for Isaiah Pacheco,
Yep.
Travis Kelce,
Yep.
and Rashee Rice.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Brown will wind up getting injured. He ain't gonna be playing in a dome. He's gonna be playing in Kansas City,
Right.
In the
Freezing his
wintertime.
ass off.
freezing his ass off. Okay. I just don't see it. As a matter of fact, the biggest thing I think Kansas City did was re-sign Chris Jones.
That was
Okay.
a huge re-signing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a
Chris
huge
Jones. I mean, they're trying to roll it back to go for the three-peat, and I can see that Chris Jones is the big piece of that.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
They might lose L'Jarius Sneed, though.
Yep.
who's
I need to
went out.
answer a question. Brett asked if there's been rumblings in San Francisco about Zach Wilson.
God, I hope not.
No,
Who?
but
No.
there will be rumblings if there are talks about Zach Wilson in San Francisco.
Yeah, there will be an earthquake in San Francisco. At that.
Mhm.
Yes.
No.
Better guard
We
that.
just got rid of
Oakland
Sam
Raiders.
Darnold. Okay, another bad Jet product. Okay, we
Darnold
don't need
played
it.
well. You know what? Darnold played well with Frisco, so who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, for what? 12 plays?
Still,
You know what? He ain't going to Minnesota to beat Kirk Cousins. I can tell you that right now.
well, no, he's not. I mean, Minnesota's
Can
probably.
you
gonna
imagine
deal
how
with-
Justin Jefferson feels right now?
Oh, he feels like shit. Oh, yeah, I know.
He's got Sam Darnold.
JJ is not happy right now, guys.
Sam
No, hey,
Darnold.
but like I mean, well, I guess I don't know. You guys, the San Francisco fans will get mad here, but okay, Debo, yeah, Debo's great. Ayuk is great, but like Justin Jefferson is probably the best receiver in the league. Would you agree?
Of course he is.
Quarterback, yes.
Of course he is.
Why would I be offended by that? I know.
Well, because I'm
Justin
going to
is-
say that Sam Darnold, this is the first time he's ever going to, because with the Jets, who was he throwing to?
I don't even remember.
Exactly. Yes, he was a backup in San Fran, and he was throwing to Debo and Ayuk, but now he's got this opportunity with.
But
I
do you
I think Minnesota makes a move, and Sam Darnold doesn't have
they
a
just picked up an additional first round draft pick. They get 11 and 26 or something like that.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to trade
I
up.
think they're
I
going to
think
use
they're
those.
going to package them and try to trade
I
up.
think they're going to package those picks and try to move up in the draft to get a quarterback. And believe it or not, I think they're going to try and do it.
Of course,
Was
Sam.
it Darnold that signed with the Rams?
No, that was Jimmy Garoppolo.
That was
Oh,
Yeah.
Jimmy G.
Where did Darnold go?
Jimmy G spot.
Darnold went to Minnesota.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they don't move up and get into the third slot, I could see them either drafting one of two people, either J.J. McCarthy or Michael Penix.
yes, yep.
Hey, Bo Nix wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Bo Nix. Yeah.
Yeah, Clarky makes a good point that the Vikings want the Pats picking there at 3 to get Daniels or May. That's what they're looking to get. If they can't, they still got 3 other quarterbacks in this draft that are quality starters, down the road. So, and you know what? At least 2 of them are going to be available at number 11. So maybe they won't do anything. Who knows? So
I guess we'll see. But if
Darnold is not going to be the starter on day 1 unless they're going
I'm
to
just trying to make the guy feel good, man. Dang.
The draft doesn't start until pick number 4. See what Arizona's going to do.
Right. I think they're going to get Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
think.
I think they're going to get Marvin Harrison.
who?
Marvin Harrison.
Marvin
Jr.
Harrison Jr.
Arizona.
No. I'm talking about who's getting
Arizona.
Arizona at 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Arizona
yeah.
will go after Marvin Harrison. Jr.
Absolutely.
He'll be the next Larry Fitzgerald.
Correct.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah,
where
that's
he's
what
going.
And
the
Marvin Harrison could have started for any NFL team last year, not just this year.
Yep.
True.
It's going to be interesting. What, April 25th?
Correct.
Correct.
That's not
You
the
guys
same
gonna-
weekend. That's not the same
You guys going to be
weekend.
available? Because, we do that draft show every year for the first
Yes,
round.
we do.
That's not the
Thursday
same
night-
weekend of
Thursday night
WrestleMania.
is
is it?
draft week.
As a
That's
matter of
the
fact, it
25th.
is.
25th of April, right?
Yes.
No, it's WrestleMania is on the 6th.
No,
Oh,
25th.
okay.
It's that- it's Thursday, right?
The draft
Yeah,
is the
it's Thursday.
20th.
Thursday the
Yes.
25th.
Yep.
25th through the 28th.
Oh, well, I'm probably flying to Newfoundland that day, so.
To see your mom?
Well, I got to move her. I'm going and getting all her stuff.
You're moving her back to Edmonton? Okay. All right. But if things go right, John, we're going to have, I'm going to work it out with the guys. It's not going to happen this week, but I am considering going to 3 shows a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays edition. Since you're no longer doing your
Don't
blockchain
consider
shows,
it,
it's not
do
going to
it.
interfere with yours. So,
I
and
think-
again,
Jedi
thing it is with that
Master Yoda said, "Do or do not. There is no try."
right, right. Yeah. So, even if it's just Elliot and I or 3 or 4 of us, whoever can't make it is fine. But we're going to probably start doing Tuesdays and Thursdays show. Do it early. We can talk about other sports other than football on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But when the season starts, we can use Tuesday night to recap Monday Night Football. And we can do Thursday to preview Thursday Night Football as well as the weekend games. So, it'd be kind of like a bridge for both of them. So,
Can we talk about league cornhole?
huh?
Can we talk about league cornhole?
League
Who?
cornhole? What the hell is
Are
that?
Cornhole.
You've been watching way too much of that, Ken. Way too much.
I mean,
and I only know
hey, I'm a Cowboys fan, there's nothing
I've
else.
watched it.
yeah. Oh, you know what, John? Ken, I played cornhole once when I went to Pennsylvania at Bob and
played
Ron's.
Bro, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I'm not
Cornhole the
even
game.
Cornhole.
Yeah, that doesn't
played it.
sound.
That's
Years
that
and years
piece
ago.
of wood. That piece of wood with the hole in it, and you got to toss
Mm.
bean
Throw the
bags
bean
in.
bag.
Beanbags trying to
That's
get
Yeah.
what it's called?
That's
Yeah,
it.
cornhole.
Google
Cornhole.
it, John. You'll
Yeah,
know
Exactly.
what
they
it is.
actually have leagues that play that.
Yes. And I played cornhole once back when I went to Bob and Ronda's, like in early 2000s or whatever
Mhm.
it was. And
The last time I played that was on the beach in Jamaica for my
the
bachelor's
last time
Yeah.
I played, and after I was done, I ended up drinking beer out of a Steelers cup. So I don't care.
Wow.
Pictures
How
or it didn't
drunk
happen.
were you?
I've got pictures somewhere, may have to get Bob to find them, but I got pictures
Or it
somewhere. of that.
didn't
How
happen.
drunk were you to do that?
You know what I mean?
I was very drunk. That was a very exciting
Last
week.
time, I tell you what, last time I played cornhole, it was at one of Rod Hardister's barbecues. Ogre.
Ogre.
Oh, man.
Rest in peace,
Barbecues.
Ogre. You miss your brother.
Last time I played cornhole was with Betty Jane in the field.
Oh. All right. Anyway, guys.
Almost, yes.
All right. 90-minute show like I thought we would do.
It's almost as interesting
man,
as
we could-
curling.
we could
yeah.
go on.
Exactly.
fucking
Yes.
hours.
You're right, Clarky. It's almost as interesting as curling.
Yeah,
You are
curling is to you what cornhole is.
Hey,
To
Bill,
That's correct.
look, this time last week, I was driving to Regina that was hosting the Briar, which is this big curling thing in Canada. And I'm
Wow.
on the phone with my mom, and she's like, you better call ahead to all the hotels because the Briar is in Regina. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Buddy, every hotel in the city was
booked, booked, booked. Bless you, bless you, bless you.
booked. Bless you. Booked. Curling. Canadian
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. As a
Um,
lone Irishman on this staff, I mean,
You are the
Excuse
lone
me, sir.
Irishman. Yes,
Excuse
you are,
me.
sir.
From
Wait a
County
minute.
Cork.
Wait a
My
minute.
family's
Wait a
from County
minute.
Cork, sir.
Ken. Lynch is
Yep.
an Irish name.
Yeah.
it is. That's true. That's
Thank you
true.
very much.
Yeah, I will give you that.
I'm
That's right, and Sammy Davis was Jewish.
Bill Lynott was Irish too.
All right, guys. Good show. John, I'm going to send you the recording, even though it's 90 minutes. I'm going to send you the recording.
On
appreciate
behalf of Mr. Irrelevant, peace.
Yeah. We're going to call it a night. We'll be back again next Sunday night at 7:30 regular time, as we always do. Be on the lookout for posts regarding shows during the course of the week. I'm still working on that, so we'll get it together and see what we can find out. Elliot has
Since
no
when
problem.
do we ever work on anything?
We don't, but it's
I suggested to you that we put together a rundown for this week, and we did it.
We didn't
That
need a
never
rundown.
happened.
It's fine.
That never happened, but you made.
need
But
a
you made
rundown.
We
a valid
tried
point.
that. I remember that one time we tried that. We had a whole
just saying,
sheet
I'm
of
just
stuff
saying.
we were
Yes.
gonna go.
I understand your point, though. Okay, that we do go.
But we
off
do
the
better
cuff.
when we're flying
We shoot
by the-
from the hip all the time.
I mean, we
You
do
know what I'm
better when
saying?
we're flying from the hip, Elliot. Come on.
It's called Sunday Night at the Improv.
Well, it's not flying from the hip; it's
Something
shooting from the
like
hip.
it.
But
Correct,
you know,
but still.
we knew what you meant.
Yeah. We do better when it's just, I mean, we did fine tonight with no rundown. You guys don't want no rundown.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
follow
Why? Why? Because you got 5 characters on screen.
5 different
No.
personalities. So, you know,
But only 2 with championship pedigree.
oh, whatever. Whatever. Wow. Got across the bell for Ken, John, and I. Thank you very much. for that.
Let's see those championship rings.
Yeah. Last one was in '94. If I'm.
Hey, that's
Uh,
fine, man. That's fine. You
I
know
got like
what?
the Cowboys
More
last
last
in
You know what?
'95. So I mean,
You know what? I'd rather go to 3 Super Bowls and lose than not make a conference
Tell
championship.
John about that. You
Good.
better go to 4 and lose and
Glad
not,
to hear
not,
that.
you know, come on.
Why do you think I'm like this diehard Oilers fan now? Because I can rest knowing that the Oilers were a dynasty in the '80s, and I don't need to stress. I don't need to see a championship. I've already seen a bunch.
I
So-
know.
Yeah. It's like with the Islanders
And the
Yeah,
Maple
I
Leafs
saw
were
4
a
championships.
Never mind.
in a row.
Yeah,
Okay.
God,
So
that's what you got to do. You got to change.
I don't
your
worry
look.
about it. I'm
I
not
got the
stressing.
49ers.
Now,
I got the
when it comes to the
I got the Tar Heels.
Knicks, when it comes to the Knicks in 52 years, that's something I stress about. You
Brett,
see?
Well,
Kick rocks.
remember,
Kick rocks.
Right.
it took the Rangers 54 years to win that Stanley Cup.
Yeah, now it's been what, another fucking 30, 40?
Well,
We've
it's
been
been-
one every
it's
half
been-
a century.
And it's been 56 years since the Browns won an NFL championship. So I mean, you know,
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
I wasn't around for
Yes,
the
again.
AFL.
no, it
Was
was
it
longer than that. It was
60 years.
64. So it's been
60
50 years. 60 years since the
60
Browns won an
years.
It
NFL.
will be
To have one of the
4.
to have one of the immortal players of all time and be one of the worst franchises in the history of the game. That's a stark contrast, man.
Mm.
Jim Brown to futility.
God bless Jim Brown, rest his soul. Then the Indians haven't won it since 1448.
I'll
Guardians.
always have 92 and 93, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you got the Cavaliers. They won, what, 10 years
They
ago?
won 2016. Yep. 3-1 down.
7
They
years
won,
ago?
racked off 3 in a row, so I'm happy with that. But
And you don't have a hockey team, so.
There's the Cleveland Barons that did play in the NHL.
I remember them.
Established
They were the Colorado
in
Rockies.
1867.
They were the Colorado Rockies.
Yes.
They moved
And
to
then they, yeah.
Cleveland.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
Whatever.
And folded in what,
Aren't
3,
the,
4
aren't the
seasons?
Barons in the AHL now?
Well, like I said, I got the Tar Heels, I got the Braves, and I got the 49ers. So
Bandwagoner.
no, not hey, North Carolina, baby. Tar Heels. As my
What-
brother posted earlier, we talk about basketball.
Oh, we're gonna be butting heads because I got to go Arizona, man. You know,
What
that's,
happened to
Like
them
I
yesterday against
said-
the Wolfpack?
that's where I lived for a long time.
What
You know
did
what?
you say, Ken?
What happened to them yesterday against the Wolfpack?
You know what?
It's
I'm
called
not even
letdown.
upset with that. I'm not even upset with that loss because
It's called a letdown.
yeah, Wolfpack. Hey, they beat Puke. So hey.
But you know what? This is the first ACC championship for the Wolfpack since
87.
87.
'87.
Yep.
Jim Valvano was the head coach, and they went on to win the national championship.
Well, they won that in 83.
No, that was 83.
Oh, 83. Okay. I'm
Yeah, they
sorry.
won that in '83 because the Tar Heels won it in '82.
Okay.
I got
but,
one chapter left in my real estate book.
You gonna
Good.
be a real estate agent now, Elliot? You're gonna sell property?
One more chapter, and then I do all the prep for the quiz.
First a barber, now you're a real estate agent. Make up your mind.
That's right, dude.
Dude, never, ever settle. Keep growing, man. Keep
I'm gonna
learning.
be
keep
chopping
doing
heads
your
and
thing,
setting
man.
beds, yo.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna call it a night. Thank you everybody that showed up. We had a maximum occupancy of 9 people tonight, guys. How about that?
Wow.
Hey, now.
I want to say thank you to all my co-hosts, Elliot Biggie Lamba, Wayne Lynch, Ken Koslow, John Go, John G. Olson, for a great show to recap the free agent fiasco that we had this week. We will be back next week on the same bat channel at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We look forward to seeing you guys. And with that being said, Elliot's having issues with music, so we're not
Technical
going to have
difficulties. It happens. It was free agent frenzy that messed up my system.
So we're gonna pass out for tonight. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. The Sports Nerds